Question, do y'all think that the self-help industry is on life support a little? Because I really don't think it is. Here, let me grab my glasses so I can read some stuff to you. So as of today, here in the middle of July of 2026, Google states, yes, traditional self-help industry took a significant hit. While the broader personal development market continues to grow, there has been a massive decline in traditional books and how-to guides. Consumers are spending differently, driven by a few specific factors, and this decline was by 26%. And then it continues to go on saying that the death of the how-to book, consumers are moving away from that traditional self-help reading, and that adult nonfiction print sales have fallen, and that results into that 26% decline. The rise of AI is the second. People are turning to artificial intelligence to solve their problems rather than reading books. AI serves as an on-demand coach that provides personalized, immediate answers to personal or career problems. The only problem that AI gives to you when you're trying to do self-help, there is no human intuition added onto it. There is no life skills behind it. There is no personality. Like, a computer cannot teach you how to heal and be a human. And then it says that the third problem is self-surveillance fatigue. People are getting tired of tracking every metric in their lives. Sleep, screen time, habits. Instead of relying on a rigid one-size-fits-all rules, consumers are shifting towards 1. Mental well-being, focusing on preventative brain health, rest, and stress management. 2. Purpose-driven exercises, swapping out solo routines for community-driven wellness and retreats. The third was human skills. And that's where AI cannot help you with, because your skills are developed by actions, by doing it. So human skills, investing in emotional intelligence, leadership, and adaptability, which remains highly valued in all the workplaces. And then the fourth one was the shift towards professional coaching. While new book sales are down, the demand for human coaching is higher than ever. With the platforms and the executive coaching and the leadership development market, it is estimated at $112.98 billion as of the middle of 2026. Now, this is also including all of your gym memberships, all of the exercise equipment. So it's everything that is encompassing self-help and healing. So it states here that consumers prefer to customize with one-on-one guidance over generic 10-step plans, which completely goes with what we're doing here on this channel, because we're taking deep dives into every single tool for self-help, motivation, healing, guidance, mental health, brain health, body well-being, and we are reorganizing every single one of those tools and reassigning them properly to get you out of the loop cycles, to get you out of those trap doors. And I'm not selling you nothing. I'm not trying to sell you a program. I'm not trying to sell you a book. I'm not trying to give you a system to follow. I'm teaching you how to hear and listen to yourself properly so you know what to do in the future to heal yourself. So continuing on with this, do y'all think that the self-help industry is on life support a little? Because I really don't think it is. It is being reformed daily by all of us. All the while the world is thinking that all the generations are simply detached from each other. Gen X and millennials, we have been preparing for this our entire lives. So for the past 3 years, I just keep hearing that the self-help culture is no longer. But it's not, because people are just finally applying themselves. They're realizing only they can do the work. For instance, let's talk about depression. I mean, I never start subtle. You should know this by now, right? Because depression, it is not a flaw. It is a private, singular coherence within. And this is something that you can only do for yourself, y'all. Seriously. And I believe these are 7 different ways that can prove to you that your depression is quite literally just a terrain, and it hands you gifts of life. And all of these gifts are simply for achieving your alignment, true alignment. But let's face it, alignment is truly something that isn't loud. It's also not motivational. Because this terrain only appears when you have been living at the wrong altitude for far too long. And this is spreading yourself thin to pure exhaustion. Seriously, have you felt this? And let me be clear, I just don't mean eternally, because yes, the ego can be cruel. But I am talking about family systems, friends, relationships, groups, communities. Anything that requires you to adapt over alignment. This is leaving you never feeling free to be yourself or to express yourself purely. Then bam, depression shows up, removing all of your energy. Now drained, achy, groggy. You're completely stripped of all motivation and wanting to get up and do anything. This is zero confidence. Yeah, confidence. Just toss that out the window, eh? And I am very, very used to this scenario in life. Because you are left with borrowed identity, a borrowed direction, all of these mantras and tips and tricks and yada, 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 yada. Blah! And this is when your truth appears, and your mental ego tells you you're weak sauce. But that's just in your mind. Because the silence starts to kick in here, which is just another gift that depression gives to you. The gift of reflection. And within this silence, you finally realize just how foreign all of your own thoughts have become. And why is this? Because you were built to survive terrains. You were not taught to navigate your inner terrain of truth. And this is something that these self-professed gurus know nothing about. Calling it a failure or something that needs to be escaped with chants, with mantras, with manifestations. Ooh. Really? Because, all of this is purely avoidance tactics. An $8 billion a year self-help industry teaching you how to go into a loop cycle and trap doors just so they can keep getting your money, continuing every single year. And this is making most people more lost than they were ever before, even trying to go in to help themselves. But I digress. This is the whole reason why I created this channel. To give the answers that only you can apply. To rearrange and reformat and create new access routes for all the tools of self-help and personal growth. However, most people try to do this, but fail viciously, only because they keep returning to their family roles, friendships that require compliance, or even going back to the communities that force belonging over personal growth and understanding. Seriously? It is these misinterpretations that keep people trapped, seriously, in the very identity that caused the collapse to begin with in the first place. Please, see this. So just let me blow your mind real quick. Depression does not break you. It literally breaks the false versions of you that can no longer carry the weight of other people's responsibilities. I'm going to repeat this for you. Depression does not break you. It breaks the false versions of you that can no longer carry the weight of others' responsibilities. And this becomes a major insight for you, because all of those performative strengths that the gurus call endurance, It exposes all of those inherited roles that you play out daily. Roles learned inside a family, reinforced by peers, and stabilized by community pressure. And where do you begin to exist inside all of that, huh? Your personal existence, your singular, solo life force. So where does the you begin within the many? This is what we're focusing on. So depression occurs when your core integrity has no place to go and it has no way to shine, all because it cannot live in the current terrain that you are walking in. And once depression shows you that you are out of alignment, you can never unsee this. It forms roots in every thought and every emotion until you fix it. Until you finally stop asking, oh, how do I get better? And start seeing what doesn't belong to you, near you, or for you to do. Seriously, working on other people's problems is avoiding your own. And this is the starting point of all of your re-anchoring. This is teaching you which relationships require performance over your natural self, over how you truly think and handle life and the situations within it without performance. This is also showing you which environments punish your honesty, and then you can start to distance yourself from those environments, those people, those surroundings. And most of all, it proves to you which versions of you exist only for access, for you to access others and for others to access you. This is you using them and them using you. That's the kind of relationship that needs to end right now. Because throughout all of this is when your pain becomes signal, all thanks to your depression's gifts. Yes, I'm going to keep calling them gifts, because you're now finally seeing that for yourself right now. And I'm happy for you, because at this very point, your identity now becomes something you stop performing, and it starts becoming something you rebuild with inner placement instead of external approvals. And this is also learning that depression doesn't tell you who to become. It tells you how to navigate life's terrains, life's social cues. And it points out all the environments that you can no longer walk in because it begins to shrink you. And this is the gift, your reward for recognizing your biological inner assets. So all that's left is, how are you going to use them? How are you going to handle them? And this is why I believe that self-help, it's not on life support. Everyone just realized, well shit, I just really need to apply myself and things will start working. Wow, what a concept. So here we begin to reassign and reassess and use the tools of self-help and growth in completely new and different ways. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm never going to try to sell you anything. All of this is just free information. And so if this interests you, welcome to the channel. This is Way of Life, and I am Toby. And we are just here being humans and humans, leveling each other up. That's it. Well, I'll see you on the next one, and please leave a comment down below if you believe I forgot any steps inside the gifts of depression. I'll see you later.